truly thank you for the opportunity to be here and speak and share this time with you. It's truly in our hands, and we are each a part of the solution. And I am truly committed to not let another family member down. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Ryan. And I know in my heart that you believe every word that you say, and it is such an honor to have you on our team. We really appreciate you hearing our stories. Now I'd like to introduce another one of our advocate friends, Mr. Lance Hamm. He's a traffic safety advocate from Kingsville, Texas. He has been advocating for the reduction of Texas roadway deaths for over 14 years and has spoken many times at the Texas Transportation Commission or the Texas legislature here in Austin. Lance is an inaugural member of TXDOT's External Partners Work Group for System Safety. Lance, please tell us why we should abandon the 85th percentile rule.
Thank you, Kathy. Can you hear me okay? As Kathy said, I'm a traffic safety advocate from Kingsville, Texas. I would like to briefly talk about the 85th percentile rule and why traffic safety advocates throughout Texas are asking TXDOT to abandon the 85th percentile rule. That is, the system they use to set speed limits. This request for abandonment is backed by the National Transportation Safety Board, the NTSB, recommendation to the Federal Highway Administration to remove the guidance that speed limits in speed zones should be within 5 miles per hour of the 85th percentile speed. For our guests today that may not have heard of the 85th percentile rule, let me quickly explain it. Departments of transportation have been using this rule since the mid-1900s to set speed limits. Engineers have consistently explained that the rule determines the speed at which 85% of the drivers are actually driving, and therefore the speed limit should be set near that speed to reduce interactions between vehicles, which should result in fewer crashes. The NTSB has determined that the problem with this rule is that the rule does not require other factors relating to safety and crash survivability to be used when setting the speed limits. The only requirement is the speed of the 85% and the other 15% of drivers. These other safety factors include, but are not limited to, shoulder condition, curves, at-grade intersections, roadside development, and pedestrian and bicyclist activity. Current rules do not provide any specific guidance on how these factors are to be considered. Engineers typically rely on their experience and judgment, which the NTSB has determined may lead to inconsistent practices when setting speed limits. The NTSB has recommended that engineers be required to use these factors that are currently listed as optional for all future speed engineering studies. The NTSB has also recommended the requirement of an expert system, such as US Limits 2, to be used as a validation tool for setting speed limits. You may have heard the phrase, speed kills. That is our argument against the use of the 85th percentile rule. We, along with the NTSB, argue that setting speed limits based only on the speed of the fastest 15% of the drivers in any given speed survey is a formula that neglects the effects of high kinetic energy of fast-moving vehicles, and in crashes, how that high kinetic energy is transferred to blunt force trauma on the human body, resulting in injury or death. Our fight is to get TXDOT and the Texas legislature to reduce speed limits, to get away from the go fast, speedy road culture in Texas that contributes to 10 traffic deaths every day on average. We can end traffic deaths in Texas. We ask our Texas roadway safety managers to take a positive step forward in reducing traffic deaths on Texas roadways. We ask TXDOT and the Texas legislature to abandon the 85th percentile rule. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lance. Hopefully that really cleared everything up for everybody. Dumbing it down a little bit for us, for the rest of us to understand some of the advocacy work that we're doing. That's a really important piece of policy that we're hoping to help enact.